Monday evening to be exact. Holy crap. I am tired and it's only Monday. That's awful, right? It's awful. What's good, Calvino? It's only Monday. Which brings me to today's topic, feeling overwhelmed. Yes, look to your neighbor, say overwhelmed. But before we get into that, I am your residential lady therapist of color. I have a PhD in rehab counseling and administration. I'm a licensed clinical mental health counselor in my home state. I am a certified rehabilitation counselor, both addiction and voc rehab. I am a master addictions counselor as well as a licensed clinical addictions specialist. I got a lot going on, a whole lot going on. And that's part of what brings me you up to your afro and whelm. It's part of what brings me to our topic today. Is not only am I well overwhelmed, people around me are overwhelmed. My clients are overwhelmed. My students are overwhelmed. And it's like, bro, August just got here and is leaving, and that's overwhelming. Like, what the fuck is going on? But it is what it is. It do be like that sometimes. In fact, sometimes like that it do be. So, feeling overwhelmed. I'm also going to touch base on be feeling underwhelmed because there is such a thing. A lot of people don't really talk about that because they don't usually know what the fuck to call it. But feeling overwhelmed is very much a commonplace for some people. Like for a lot of people, it's just kind of feeling like your thoughts are scattered, feeling like you're mentally all over the place, feeling just unstable in your like very existence and very being. Gosh, I look weird with baby hands. I haven't done my nails. You know why I haven't done my nails? Because I've been overwhelmed. But no, like real talk, that can look like neglecting responsibilities. That can look like neglecting self care. That can look like, forgetting things, forgetting people, following back up with something like agreeing to shit just to get shit over with, and then coming back to find out, holy crap, I agreed to this thing and I completely forgot about it. And thus adding to more of the whelm, right? Our cup runneth over with overwhelming entities. And that's the thing. The thing is, we don't feel like we can stomp on the brake at any time we want to with this. It's just like, well, we're in the cyclone. We're just going to keep getting swept up until it decides to let go of us. And it really doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't have to be that way. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a personal example because y'all know I love personal examples. So, let's see. For the what's today, Monday? We'll say last week. Last week I've been feeling very overwhelmed, like completely. So as y'all know, I do this. I stream every night of the week, except for what, Fridays and sometimes Sundays. Stream every night of the week. All that alphabet soup I just named. So I work in a clinic. I work at a counseling center. I also do private online therapy, and I'm also teaching. And I'm head of my household. And I got a small farm around here because I got 7 animals. That's a lot of busy. That's a lot of busy, right? And y'all know, like, what, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we just lost an animal. So, like, there's that. And it's just like, that's a lot. Like, if I had a plate, it'd be like, damn, is you going to come back to the buffet a second time? Or is this just you just loading up because you know you're not coming back? Like, my plate is piled very, very high. And so, with my university job, the counseling center job, right, that's a lot of wow. That's a lot of wow. But also with my university job, our students just moved back in 2 weekends ago. Classes just started last Tuesday. I'm back to being face to face in the office. And when you're important in your job, people bother you for everything. And so there's that. Whew, there ain't enough to-do lists in the world, enough reminder apps in the world to get me as organized as I need to be in a split second. They're just not. And part of what I'm talking about when I say pumping the brakes on feeling overwhelmed is letting go of that shit. Except that this is not going to get done in the time frame that you're expecting it to get done. Because 9 times out of 10, what have I told y'all about y'all expectations? They're self-made constructs, which means they're not real, which means we're pressuring ourselves for no reason. What's good, DK Rice? So, pumping the brakes on feeling overwhelmed is not an easy feat because we are too busy being trapped in the cyclone to realize that we can put our feet down, right? We're riding the wave and we're trying to balance and be stable in the air and completely forget we got legs, we got feet, and we can just stand up. It's like drowning in 3 feet of water. Bro, just stand up, right? So, last couple of weeks, I've been feeling pretty overwhelmed with all the things I have to do. Have to, wipe my office down and prep my office since we're back face to face. Gotta make sure our systems are running smooth and fine. Now we've got interns that also need to be entered into the system, and people's computers at work stopped working, so they're calling me for that. And just I'm having to lead meetings about projects and see people and then come home, take care of the farm, take care of the house, and see more people on my side job. And it's like, because I'm also trying to be, superwoman, I go to bed at 10 o'clock. Y'all be hearing Google yelling at me, telling me, you said get off your ass and go to bed. 10 o'clock, I get up, I go to bed, do my skincare routine, because, here's my bread and butter, you know what I'm saying? Do my skincare routine, get my ass into bed hopefully by 10:45, 10:30, 11 o'clock. Sometimes we kick back a little sleepy time because I be hyper shit at night. But I need to take my ass to bed so that I can get up at 4:50 in the morning. And now assist my partner in waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning because now his new schedule requires him to get up. And then I go to the gym for about an hour and a half, right? Then I come home, I shower, I get ready, I take care of the farm, I pack my lunch, I start dinner in the crock pot so that it's ready when I get home, and we go through the whole fucking day again. Like, it's a lot of shit, right? It feels like you can't pump the brakes, because if you pump the brakes, it's like everybody's on the struggle bus now. We crash into the struggle bus. It's a fucking lie. Because regardless, the struggle bus not only needs a driver, the struggle bus needs a road, right? Who paves the road? We pave the road. So on top of all that shit that I do day to day, I also had some other things to do, like leading meetings, like consulting, like, preparing for the semester where I'm teaching. Like classes for my classes started today, 12:01 a.m. today. Guess whose classes aren't published in Canvas right now? Mine. Just finished the syllabi today. Because I'm thorough, and this is how we trip ourselves up. Because I'm thorough, I also wanted to record a video of myself going through all the syllabi for my courses for my students, because either it's going to be a headache now or it's going to be a headache later. And because I'm stubborn, I have chosen now. But backtracking, 3 weeks ago, I knew I was teaching this course at least 3 weeks ago. It has been on my to-do list to update my syllabi, to update my Canvas, and to record these videos and videos for specific assignments. At least for 3 weeks. It's been in my to-do list book. Like, I'm not even joking. This is my to-do list book. And then this is my daily running list of things to do. This contains all of my calendars, my work calendar, my school calendar, all that shit. When I'm supposed to be grading, when I'm supposed to be blah, blah, blah. And my reminders. And not to mention my planner I have on my iPad that has the electronic calendar that I can write on. So, like I said, there's no amount of list making in the world that's going to save you from being overwhelmed. But point being, it's been in my book for weeks, and I keep running into things that are like, ooh, but this one has to take priority. Ooh, but that's got to take priority. Ooh, and it got bumped to, let's see, what was it? It's like, oh man. So Friday, I forced myself to work on half of one of the syllabi, which is cool. I love working on paperwork. Like, I love fucking Word document spreadsheets and like making them pretty, whatever. But I had other shit come up. I have other shit to do because I also, for my university job, I run a program. And that program requires outreach, hours and hours of it, and it's usually me doing it on top of my caseload. What's good, Drojo24? How you doing, baby? But, so it got pushed back. So I was like, okay, well, we'll work on part of the syllabi Friday, and then Friday nights I usually stay up till like 2 in the morning to get whatever done. But I never ever account for being fucking tired. Never account for it. And so I was like, it's cool. We only got 3 sessions on Saturday. I'm not supposed to be at the Blue Skirt Boy sleepover till like 6, 7 o'clock. It's cool. We'll have time. We did not have time. We took the stuff with us. We were too busy having fun. We did not have time. And we fell straight asleep after. It's bad. We're old people. Can't stay up. And so I was like, it's fine. It's cool. We'll push it to Sunday. Only thing I got to do Sunday is drive home. That's an hour, 18 minutes. I'm Gucci. I'm good. And then he and the Dondera started watching Hoarders. And y'all know that's my show. I fucking love Hoarders. I fucking love watching them. I fucking love hearing the backstory of the trauma that caused the hoarding. I fucking love having hoarders on my actual caseload for work. Like, it's amazing to me. But that ate into my time of getting my ass up, getting my ass washed and dressed, and driving my ass home to work on these syllabus and shit. And I didn't do that. And then when I got home, I was tired. So that brings us to today. I was like, all right. Like, what was it? Friday and Saturday, I was a nervous wreck mess because I was like, holy crap, this isn't done. That isn't done. The classes start on Monday. Holy crap. Oh my God, I'm going to look like an incompetent professor. Holy shit. This, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. And after Sunday afternoon, it dissipated. It dissipated because it's like, it's 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. You're not going to get this done tonight. You can get some sleep. You can get some rest. You can eat appropriately. And you can relax because the week is coming for you regardless. So you can either put your feet down and pump the brakes, or you can keep freaking out, try to scramble, and then that rolls over into the next day and you're playing catch up for the rest of the week. Who want to do that? Huh? Not me. So you have to pump your brakes. You have to take a step back and strip away the self-made constructs that we are struggling with. It's like, oh, I have to be super professor. I have to do this. I have to do that. No, the fuck I don't. This is an online class. They just in here to get an E's grade to boost their GPA. I am not that important. This is the second time I've ever taught this class. First time, I felt like I completely didn't know what I was doing, and I got through it. I know what I'm doing now, and we need to cool up off ourselves. Bitch, you doing a good job. Like, calm down. It don't even have to be that way. Bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job. It ain't even got to be that way. It ain't even got to be that way. We don't have to ride ourselves with our expectations like this, because that is how we get overwhelmed. Because it's not just the amount of things we do. It's the amount of expectations we pile on ourselves, the amount of definitions and labels of things that have to be just so, that causes that feeling of being overwhelmed. It's also bad boundaries. And we've talked about boundaries on here before. It's also bad boundaries. It's bad boundaries with not knowing how to say no and mean it. It's bad boundaries of, well, maybe if I just push myself, I could do this. Don't do that. Work within your means. Otherwise, you are going to get swept up in the cyclone and be overwhelmed, right? Now, let's talk about being underwhelmed. More specifically, being understimulated. Hey, Ma. Scotty just put it on. Let's talk about being underwhelmed, understimulated. So, underwhelmed. Now, another personal example. The summer is hard for me because, like I mentioned, I teach, I do therapy on the side, I do therapy in a school system. And so all of that has a season to itself. The school stuff especially has a season. And so we're not busy, which means everything that I do day to day that makes me sound like a super crazy mad woman is taken down like 4 notches, right? And you would think I would fill this stuff with oodles and oodles of self-care and oodles of reflection time and doing extracurriculars, but it don't. Is some of that mixed in there? Sure. But it's not as stimulating as being super busy is for me. So, like, that's the reason I'm so type A. That's the reason I'm just so let me slap this cape on and do it, is because I have a need of a high level of stimulation. And if I don't get that, my batteries run out. And it really sucks for me because then I get in a cycle of, okay, well, we can find things to do. We can make up work and do this and do that. But then my brain, its metacognitive state, looks at me and says, nah, you made that up. We're not doing it. Yeah, but it will be helpful in this long term. Yeah, but that's not right now. There's no pressure. There's no pressure. There's no dire need. There's no nothing. So we just gonna sit. But brain, I said we gonna sit. So it's like you can also be understimulated, underwhelmed. And that can also come with, goes hand in hand with the reason of why we don't always acknowledge our accomplishments, is because either we've been brought up to, say that's what you're supposed to be doing anyway, and be humble, be modest, or you don't talk about yourself, bragging is bad, blah, 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 blah. That adds to our understimulation and our underwhelmment. That's why that occurs. It's just like, I did this thing, okay? Like the program I mentioned that I run, it's amazing. It's immaculate. It's fantastic. I can't wait to start writing articles about it again because, we are pioneers in my field, and the only person that can write about this is me. And I haven't done it yet. Because understimulation, it's like there's no tangible pressure, there's no tangible reward or reinforcement. And so it's just like, underwhelmed. Which doesn't get past our threshold of feeling stimulated or accomplished or, feeling worthy of even acknowledging that it's something we're doing. And that is a problem. I am in fact. But no one would ever know. My own boss didn't recognize me 2 times last week. It was pretty funny. I changed my hair twice. She wasn't ready. But no, legit. Feeling overwhelmed, feeling underwhelmed, those are 2 states. And what really needs to happen is, like I say in all things, a nice marrying of balance between the 2, right? Nobody's gonna know. Nobody. Who's gonna know? Who's gonna tell them? But no, there needs to be a nice balance between the 2. So for me, when I do get understimulated, my positive self-talk, my realistic self-talk, it goes through the roof. Does Carl show up every now and again? Y'all know my existential crisis, Carl. He does show up. And I can either choose to ignore him and just sit there and do nothing and be understimulated, which proves him right. Or I can be like, Carl, you got a point, but we really can do this shit. So I'm going to autopilot it. So that also brings me to something. People's symptoms and expressions when they get overwhelmed or underwhelmed is interesting to me because usually it's some form of distraction, some form of dissociation, or just all over freezing in place. So, who is this underneath me? Hello, Sam. So, those that like to distract with feeling overwhelmed, that goes hand in hand with bottling, right? So when we're just bottling our feelings, bottling our emotions, whatever, that turns you into a ticking time bomb, unfortunately. It does. So you can distract, but you probably can't do it for very long. I'd say you could go maybe a month tops, month and a half maybe. But at that month mark, you're going to start noticing things are going to fall apart. Friendships are going to deteriorate. You're going to be tired. You're going to be sleeping but not get restful sleep. Your anxiety is going to be through the roof, and probably panic attacks are going to start happening for you. And just lack of motivation also. Because we need to be fed. We need to be reinforced with whatever it is that we're doing. And if we're pushing and we're not getting that reinforcement, the fuck are we doing? So there's that. Now, the autopilot disassociation type, that one's a bit more common. It's that apathetic, yeah, well, it is what it is, or whatever, or whatnot. That one is both voluntary and involuntary. A lot of people are going to look at me sideways and be like, what you mean is voluntary? I mean, anything you can do involuntarily, with enough practice and focus, you can learn to do voluntarily. So for me, when Carl's kicking my ass and like, today sucks, life is stupid, what are we doing? And the meds ain't working, that's when I voluntarily be like, you're right, and just do it anyway. I don't have qualms, I don't have feelings, I don't care. I just do. And the interesting thing about that is we meet the goal, it gets done, and we've done exactly what I said that we should do at the beginning. We've stripped away expectation, we've stripped away worries about perfectionism, we've stripped away worries about it being done right or the quality or whatever, and we've gotten through it. And that's the important part. Now, coming back from the dissociation of the autopilot is also important, an important skill to learn. That's where grounding comes in handy. That's where, taking in our environment comes in handy. That's where, before we're deciding to dissociate or go on autopilot, we set some form of reinforcement at the end. So, bruh, let me tell you about Friday. I was so fucking mad. So not only am I freaking out about stuff not getting done by today, I'm also freaking out because Thursday my coworkers made me mad and just kind of killed all my little plans for the next day for my event. And I finished my book and I didn't get to enjoy it because I was angry at my coworkers, and that was what I needed to do to calm down. Like, Friday was a mess, but we had to get through Friday. We had to go do tabling on Friday. For those that don't know what tabling is, on a college campus, if you want any information get out, or if you want anybody to know who you are on campus or what your organization does, you have to get out and about, talk to people. Contrary to popular belief, Dr. MyKo hates talking to people. Isn't that ironic? Hate talking to people. I don't like it. But tabling requires me to be outgoing, requires me to feign interest and be happy and chipper about it and say the same spiel probably 60 different times and engage with people for at least an hour. Back to back to back. I engaged with 42 people on Friday. It is soul crushing. It is. All because I promised myself that I was going to get a grande caramel ribbon crunch frappuccino from Starbucks. I promised myself that. I promised. Like, nothing was getting in the way. Nobody's gonna know. Nothing was getting in the way. I had dedicated time to getting that. That's all I wanted. Got through the tabling, engaged with people, like, packed up my stuff and walked into the caf, and right there is the Starbucks line. Starbucks line's a little bit long, but it's whatever. It's lunchtime. I get it. I don't care. Get my caramel ribbon frappuccino crunch. So I'm in the line. The line is taking forever. 40 minutes go by in the line. I have still got, my spirits are high because nothing else matters. I'm getting my caramel ribbon crunch frappuccino. Nothing else matters. I don't give a fuck if I have to wait in this line for an hour. I'm getting my frappuccino. Get to the front. I'm fresh-faced and happy to see the lady. I tell her what I want, and she crushes my soul and says, "We don't have any ice. We can't make any frozen drinks." Not a sign on the door, not a sign in the establishment, no word of mouth through the line, nothing. And there's nothing else I want. So I slump back to my office, uphill, with a wagon full of shit, and I sit in my office, upset, and in no mood to do the rest of the shit on the do list for that day. None. So I made a choice. I put my feet firmly on the ground, and I decided to go on autopilot. That's how half my syllabus got done. That's how all my emails for the week went out. That's how I answered the phone. We got through the day. And as a makeup mini reward, I decided to leave work 30 minutes early because I had shit to do. And went home, fed the animals, had some sessions. By the time I got done, it was time to go to bed. Then we got up and we were refreshed and we weren't worried about getting any shit done anymore because it will get done. That's the thing about life. It continues on. That's the thing about our never-ending to-do list. It never ends. So just do what you can do and don't sweat it. I mean, you can beat yourself up if you want to, but that don't exactly help nothing. So, feeling overwhelmed is a common thing. Feeling underwhelmed is even more so. But we must remember that at any point in time, we can pump the brakes on our situation because it's not about the amount of stuff we have to do. It's about the snapshot picture we have about how we're supposed to do it. Yup. So, let us hit the wig wheel. What's funny is, so I had my 2 new wigs this weekend at the Blue Skirt Boy sleepover. I still haven't taken pictures of them and put them in here. So if it lands on a natural one, I will wear one of the others. Here's it. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Get it, get it, get it. Shake that, Ooh, I think your name is Zulu. I don't remember. I don't remember what your name is. Oh no, your name is Shep. That's right. That's right. I know her name. I do. I know her name. For realsies. I know the name. For serious and for sure. So that's it for me. I'm gonna see if John's even on right now. I don't know if he is. You can set it on the table, babe.
What table?
That one.
You eating over there?
I'm about to eat up from here.
I only got you 4 scoops. You might want more.
Oh, that's okay. Appreciate it.
Love you.
So let's see.
You want the drink?
Yes. I don't even know if John is live tonight. He might have had a date. John had a date on Sunday. Apparently online dating is a nightmare. No, it doesn't look like he's on at all. Friends. Nope, Arug's isn't on. John's not on. That's cool. Fuck it. We'll rate fuck it. We'll rate Struggle then. Struggle playing The Walking Dead tonight. Cause that's hot shit. I still haven't finished the last game. I was ready for how Omid died. And that fucking dog I had to kill, I was not about it. Not about it. Not about killing animals. Did y'all know that there's a website that says, does the dog live or does the dog die or something? So you can check like movies and games. Boop. There we go. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of games like that and movies like that. So interesting. Boop. Bye, y'all.